Nice to see you.
Oh, nice. Thank you
John,
very much.
I don't like to ask favors of you, but
Yes?
after the show, would you do me a favor? And there's a woman in the audience. Would you drive her home?
Surely.
Nice to see you.
I've missed you.
Yeah, I miss you. Nice to see you. And congratulations. Oh, my God, you have a 2-year-old.
I do. A
Way to go.
2.5-year-old.
2.5-year-old.
Thank you.
Tell us all about that.
Well, you know, it was Father's Day recently, and I enjoyed the day, and I discovered that my daughter Ella was an incredible singer, but at the same time, I discovered that my 2.5-year-old was a barfly.
I don't know what that means. I mean, I understand the singing part.
Well, because we were in the pool room that has a bar, and he said, "Get me a drink, Dad." And I said, "Okay." So I poured him a little apple juice, and he said, "Down the hatch." I said, "Okay." He said, "Cheers." He said, "One for the road." I said, where did you learn that?
Yes,
He
where
said,
did?
I do not know. He said. And I figured it was probably Popeye or one of the cartoons.
Yeah.
Something. You know.
But so what do you guys do?
You
got to get him out of the bar room.
You got to get him out of the bar. He's so energetic. He's a little jock. You know, he loves throwing around.
That's good.
He loves to play sports. We play ball. We swim. A lot of pretending.
Yeah.
A lot of.
Now, does that get old or not? The pretending.
Well, you know, I don't know. I mean, he's 2.5.
Yeah.
I enjoy. Look, I'm an old man now. You know, I enjoy playing with him and making him happy. And as long as he's happy, I'm happy.
Well, there you go. That's the key. Yeah. That's the whole equation right there.
That's right.
How's the rest of the family?
Well, Kelly is spectacular. She keeps getting younger, and my daughter Ella is amazing. As a matter of fact, she's in the dressing room. I'm in the green room.
Green room right here.
Yeah.
This is your daughter. Oh, hello there. Hi, Ella. Beautiful.
Yeah,
wow.
We went to. She's
a good-looking child.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Looking. We went to the Madonna party, and she got to meet Madonna's son last night. That was a nice treat for her.
Do you now, I know you like to fly, and so does the family fly with you, or does the family not fly with you?
No, we mostly fly as a family. Ella has been all over the world. Last week we were in Lima, Peru, and the week before that, Geneva. One for Bombardier aircraft, one for Breitling watches, and then this week for the promotion of Killing Season. So we go to London, we go to Prague. So the family comes with me whenever.
That's just wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah,
that is like the best education, best investment one can have in a kid. I think is being lucky enough to travel with the kids. And when you now you're really a pilot. You're not just a guy with a hat.
So.
I mean, you can get in there and go. Huh?
Well, I have 11 jet licenses. And,
oh my God,
yeah,
11.
11, including the 747, the 707. Now
Me too.
And well, I know you do.
Now what?
And now I work for Bombardier aircraft. I represent the Challenger aircraft, which I personally fly, and I'm loving that as well.
How many? This is the key question. How many hours do you have?
I have about 8,500. 8,000.
Oh man, that's pretty good because, as I recall, it used to be a commercial pilot. You had to have about 3,000 hours.
Yeah.
Well, so good for you.
I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I went to your hometown recently.
Indianapolis. You were there for the
Super Bowl a couple years ago.
It was a big success, wasn't it?
It was a. You walk on water there, man. Oh my God! Everywhere I went, David Letterman this, David Letterman that.
Really?
I said, okay, enough with David Letterman. I said, what about me? Pay attention to me.
Well, now you know how I feel. That lady shooting her mouth off out there.
It was fun, though. It was fun.
Yeah, it's a great town, isn't it? And Peyton Manning really turned that into a football town in the hotbed of basketball country, and now he's playing for the.
But you give it its glamour.
Oh, I give it its glamour.
You do.
Yeah.
And its humor.
The fact that I walk on water in Indianapolis says less about me than it does about the water in Indianapolis. Let me. There's some photos. You at a wedding. I guess this is you renewing your vows or something. What is this? What is going on here?
It looks like
who is that woman, and what exactly is happening?
Okay, what happened was this exactly. I was in Georgia for flight training. I have to do recurrency once a year for the different aircraft. and I ran into the groomsmen and the bride and groom the night before at a restaurant bar, and I took pictures with them.
They're just there for the wedding?
They were there for the night before the wedding, and I was there for flight school.
Sure.
I took pictures, they were very happy, and then the next day I was late for class, and the one groomsman was in his gray outfit, and he asked if I would pose with them. I said, I really can't, I'm late.
Yeah.
But when I turned around, I saw 16 guys do this. I felt, it took my breath. I thought, I cannot not take this show. I came back, they were gone, and in the back of the hotel, they were taking the formal wedding pictures. And I posed with them, and they loved it. I was a hero in their eyes. And then before I left, I said, do you know of a veterinarian in the area? And they said, yes, we could help you with that. I said, good, because these puppies are sick. Big laugh. What? I left them with a joke,
yeah,
is my
I see.
point. See?
I've never heard that before. Is that the picture? There you are,
That's
right
the
there.
You see?
Yeah.
And what prompted it was, you see, are the muscles bulging, so I thought they must be looking at my muscles.
Exactly.
And I thought, well, my muscles must bother them.
Yeah, well,
so
it's the
I better
wedding,
tell a joke about
the
them.
wedding party and the bouncer. We'll be right back with John Travolta, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on,
now let me, thank you, Paul. At the risk of being tiresome, let me ask you some questions, and you tell me if I'm onto something here.
Okay.
I remember years ago in some publication seeing pictures, and maybe you showed them on the program here, and you have a nice house somewhere, and you look out the window of your house, and there's a 707.
Yes.
And you're looking, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, he lives at LaGuardia? Where is I mean, do you still have the house that has airplanes parked?
The picture you saw of Ben was the living room area of that. But if you look out the windows, yeah, I still live there, and there's a 707 and now a Challenger 601.
Don't you hate the noise living there?
There's only a few of us on the airport.
So, this is crazy stuff, isn't it? So you live on an airport strip the way some people might live on a golf course.
Exactly. Exactly.
So in the morning, you wake up and you say to your wife, I think I'll go to Denny's in Atlanta.
Exactly.
And you get in the damn plane, and bang, zoom, you're gone.
I do. Yesterday, I flew in to see you, and it was literally that, honey, I got to go. I got to do the Letterman show, and I zipped off.
Oh, my God. So you don't need a car, do you?
Not really.
You walk out the door, get on the plane, and adios.
That was the whole idea.
Yeah, and then you come back and you land, and honey, I'm home. You reverse the thrusters. Honey, I'm home. Boom. That's remarkable, isn't it?
And it's a lot of fun.
Well, it must be. I mean, nobody else lives like that, do they?
Well, I don't know. I mean, when I was a kid, I had this vision, even at 13 years old, of this life, of how I've established it, and you know, dreams sometimes come true.
Well, yes, congratulations on that. I mean,
thanks. Thank you.
The Wright brothers didn't live that close to airplanes. Let's talk about, well, you know, what's his name? You know,
Mr. De Niro?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, okay.
Had you worked with him before?
I hadn't. I had met him years and years ago, and we'd been friends, you know, throughout the years. But this was the first time I actually got to do a movie with him, and it was a really terrific
We talked to a
experience.
lot of people about working with him, and a lot of people. I can't imagine this being your case. A lot of people are a little scared, a little intimidated. That's not the case with you working with Robert.
No, because, you know, Robert truly years ago changed the whole, he raised the bar for actors, you know, and he did Raging Bull, and he did New York, New York, where you really became a boxer, you really became a sax player. And at that time, I really became a dancer in Saturday Night Fever, because that's how you did it, you see.
Right.
Thank you. And so You know, when I said, you know, I better get my act together. I'm working with the guy who you know, changed the playing field a bit.
Yeah.
So this film that we did together, I play a Serbian soldier, ex-soldier. He plays an ex-U.S. soldier, and I went to Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia, and I interviewed people, and I studied the accent, you know, intensely, and I came back with my homework done, and we rehearsed the film, and we filmed it, and it's a terrific movie. It's very, very powerful.
And tell me about the accent. To my ear, would I notice a difference between a Serbian accent and an accent from the old Soviet Union, or an accent from anywhere?
There are overlays in it, you know, but there's a little bit of a change. The R's roll a little differently, and the placement in your mouth might be a little different, but you know, you have to ask the Serbians and the Bosnians, you know,
whether you got it. But let's get back to Saturday Night Fever. That would have been a completely different movie if you didn't know how to dance. Wouldn't it? I mean,
yeah,
it's just completely different.
Well, you know, what's funny is that I cried when I saw the movie, because when I first saw it, it was cut in close-ups. And I said, but I worked 9 months on this.
Yeah.
You can't do it in close-ups. Yeah. So we reversed it and put it in masters so I could show off a bit, you know?
I would think so, for God's sake.
Because these puppies are sick.
Don't let him come to your wedding. So anyway, now you're working with Robert. Are you guys buddies, you and Robert?
I'll tell you something. We traveled the world. His family and I, we went around the world together, and
I'll tell you
had
something.
a blast.
In all honesty, he was on this show a year ago. He came on with Dustin Hoffman, and he couldn't have been more peculiar. Paul, back me up.
Couldn't have been more peculiar.
Thank you. So now, John, now tell me, what is that? Is it me?
Well, there may be, you know, the truth is, some people are more comfortable doing this kind of thing than others. I'm very comfortable. I adore you, and I'm very comfortable with our rapport.
Well, that's very sweet of you to say, and I feel the same, and thank you very much. But if you are that uncomfortable, stay home.
Well, you got to promote the movie, you see. You've got to promote the movie.
I feel the same way about Robert De Niro, in different perspective perhaps than you do. We were just crazy to get him on the show. Couldn't wait to get him on the show. Been trying to get him on for 30 years, and then he comes on like he's a paid escort at a bad cocktail party. It was awful. Well, he was doing a lot of this. I gotta get what? I gotta crazy.
Well, hopefully we'll make up for it in this movie.
I don't know. So you and the De Niros travel the world.
We did, and we do.
Was it to promote the movie or just for fun?
No, it's just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
And you got along fine. You had stuff to talk about.
Yeah, and you know, and there's a more serious side to this too. We both had, you know, he has an autistic son. I had an autistic son, and we were helping each other with tips and how to deal with that. So there was some depth.
Now I feel horrible because no, because that's a wonderful thing, and forget everything I said. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be mouthing off like that. I'm sorry. Well, this is a very serious thing, and God bless people who endure this.
Yeah. Well, yes. Thank you.